Howdy folks, so I wanted to give you a little tutorial on some basic tilted atomic weaves. So to get into this tilted atom, the easiest way is start with your forward buzzsaw, take the top of the orbit and bend it out to 45 degrees from vertical. Do that to both of them. You end up with a 90-degree perpendicular orientation of your planes. And then you bring your fingers back to the middle like a buzzsaw and you have your valley mode tilted atom. So we'll just take this one and look at it. We could do a 2-beat by taking the orbit from the top of my hand to underneath my hand and back. So this is your basic 2-beat. We could do that while both are spinning. Underneath, back on top, underneath, back on top. So you can use that to make a variety of weaves, left and right, or right then left. You could do out, back, or you could go out, like that, out, or out, back. You can also take, and you can see that the poi are crossing, the nexus, the cross point is below my fingers. If I cross my arms, it puts that nexus above my hands. So now I can do the same thing with this bottom hand, go out and around, and now it's on top. Out and around. And if you take that in isolation, it's the bottom hand to the bottom, back to the top. So we're still doing this basic 2-beat, but I'm going from beneath with this hand here, out and around, and now it's on top. Out and around, on top. You can also, you'll notice I have this space between my arms. I can take and swing the bottom one straight through that space between my arms. Whoop. Whoop, like that. Whoop. Whoop. So that gives us this one. So now we have these basic variations, both underneath, one on top, on both sides, both in the middle, both on top, through the middle, or out and around. So those are some basic valley mode, because it's making the V for valley, and they're tilted. It's not a perpendicular, like a horizontal vertical atom, it's just tilted. I prefer the tilted because the symmetry is nice. Now that you're familiar with the versions of the atom in valley mode, you can also start experimenting with, if I take and put this to the outside, I can reach pretty far down here and it still works with my body. I could do them both down here low, or I could do one on the outside and one over here. I can also take and switch which one's going through the inside plane. You'll see it's my right hand through the inside plane. If I move the center of rotation up, I can have my left hand going through that inside plane. From there, I can do the cross, so they're both on top. And now, right hand on the inside on the top, left hand on the inside on the bottom, and we're back to where we started. So you can link all of those different locations of your atom and make a sort of braided flower. So, you can link that and just keep it going. And these are all just ways to manipulate a weave. You can also take it and move from this hand all the way on this side to the center, to the outside of my hand, and down. And if I move in this helical fashion, my right hand will be moving in a linear fashion. So I can link my two weaves, and I can move that atom back and forth. Or I can do it, make the other hand the linear one. So it's linear versus helix. And you can also split them into your X's and into your diamonds. So depending on your orientation with valley mode, if I native hand on top, then I got my X. Native hand on top, got my X. and non-native head on top gives me my diamond. So these are just some basic ways to start using the edge of your poi to make patterns. And what's cool about being familiar with the edge of you is it correlates a lot with breaks and bends and stuff. So if you find yourself in a box mode and you're plane breaking, you'll find yourself in these atomics periodically. So it gives you a little a foundation spot from your plane breaking patterns. You can take them and stop. Now you're in your atomic pattern. You can throw it in your weaves, and then just go right back into plane breaks. Fun stuff. Enjoy spinning tilted